She has lost everything, everyone.
Yeah.
So no, that's good to hear because obviously you have like you're very knowledgeable, but it's still good to hear about like the beginnings and like how you started. Um, very humbling. Very humbling.
This is like 10 years ago.
If you like to watch stock market content on YouTube, you must have seen the millennial day trader, Shay, aka Humble Trader. Shay is a multi-millionaire trader known for her no BS trading tutorials and her Lamborghini jokes. Besides actively seeking short-term trading opportunities in the stock market, Shay also diversifies her money into long-term investments, including stocks, real estate, and private equity in tech startups such as Blossom, our favorite investing app. I'm particularly more interested in her long-term stock portfolio because I'm someone who invests like a beginner and I don't think I'm built for day trading. So I'm bringing my best friend Shay, the humble trader, into our channel today to find out how a short-term trader manages their long-term investments. Spoiler, I've seen her portfolio. Some of her stocks have over 90% return. So trust me, you guys are gonna learn a lot from her knowledge and experience in the stock market. Don't forget to smash the like button and ask your questions in the comment section. Hello, Shay, the humble trader on Instagram and YouTube.
Yes.
Very impressive trader, in my humble opinion.
Oh, I see what you did there.
No pun intended. So Shay, please tell my audience who might not know who you are, but probably do, about what you do for a living and how you built your platform.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for having me and having me live here this week. I'm staying at her place, and her place is really nice. So, yeah, no, it's been really fun. So my name is Shay Huang. People know me as Humble Trader on YouTube. I make content about trading, day trading, swing trading, and I'm part of the Blossom crew, and that's how we met. So I make content about trading, mostly short term, but even though I trade short term, I'm definitely still a long-term investor, even though that's not the focus of my channel.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear. I guess I want to know, since you do both, you do day trading, swing trading, and long-term investing, tell me how you, I guess, balance both. Because some people are like, you ask someone, are you a day trader or a long-term investor? And sometimes you just gotta be both.
The way I think about this is day trading or swing trading, anything short-term trading is considered a business, especially in Canada in the eyes of the CRA, our favorite government agency.
My favorite.
Yeah, it's
Hope
all
you
of
see
our
this.
favorite. Yeah. Listen up, CRA, we love you.
Love you.
But in the eyes of the CRA, it's a business. So, you are paying business income on those things. When it comes to investing, I want to keep them very separate. So they are in separate brokerage accounts, TFSA, RRSP. I have some margin account for investing as well. But I keep them very separate for tax purposes. And obviously, because for investing, you get capital gains. And that's not something you get for the business income, which is what I do for day trading and swing trading. So the way I keep balance both is I don't really check my investment portfolio every day because I do long-term investing. So I think at best I check once a month.
That's amazing.
If that, maybe once every 6 months for most of the stocks I own for investing. But day trading or swing trading, I'm definitely like checking every single day.
I mean, we were just at the gym and she's like staring at her phone the whole time. And I'm like, I wonder if she's like writing down the exercises or she's checking the stock market. And then, she's definitely checking the stock market. Yeah, so it's very interesting to hear because when your CRA does view day trading as a business because you are taking profits more frequently.
Yes.
You are basically like some people do just live off that income. Whereas long-term investing, you're not really taking profits until you need the money for like when you're buying something big like a car or a house, stuff like that. So one question I want to ask is, you guys are going to love this. What kind of stocks?
Okay.
What stocks do you like to buy?
For investing or trading? I always gotta clarify, Yeah.
I think my audience would like maybe long-term investing first, and then just like 2 or 3 tips on like day trading or swing trading.
Yeah, so for my long-term investment, I think I do mostly DIY investing, and half of my long-term investment is just in plain old S&P 500 ETFs.
Yeah.
I think I have both VOO and VFV, like Canadian dollar and US dollar. I have both. I mean, it's the same thing, but just in different currency. I have some dividend ETFs. It's a smaller portion of my portfolio. I think I have XEI,
yes.
and XDV. Yeah, a smaller amount, but I think they pay pretty good yield, 5 to 6%, at least from my average cost. So that's already like over half of my investment portfolio. Then I have the individual stocks, like we're talking about, good old Apple, Amazon, Microsoft.
Yes.
Yeah, I have TSM and Tesla. And I have a few more. I have more individual stocks that are on my Blossom.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to check it out?
Yeah, definitely check out her Blossom portfolio. So very good like blue chip stocks in tech as well. And you are holding for a long term. So there's a lot of room for it to grow. So maybe 2 or 3 points about day trading, or swing trading. What kind of stocks do you like to look at there?
Yeah, so for trading, since it's short term, for day trading is if I open position today and close it the same day. Swing trading is if I'm opening today and I'm closing in next couple of days or couple of weeks or months. So for those kind of trading, I like to look at really volatile stocks. So it could be different every day or every week. So I trade a lot Nvidia, Tesla.
Yeah.
This week I'm trading Circle.
She's trading Circle this week.
Because it's a hot IPO.
Yes, it just IPO'd, yeah.
Yes. So these are kind of like, I like stocks that have a lot of big ranges, up and down.
That makes sense, of course.
Yeah, and I'll go long or short. So very different from investing, definitely.
Yeah, so short term, and you're checking your portfolio
very short term.
all the time.
Yes.
So what is like your best performing stock or ETF?
Investing, right?
Yeah.
I checked earlier. I think it's TSM. I think I'm up like 107%.
Wait, is that the semiconductor?
Yeah, Taiwan Semiconductors.
Yes.
I bought in during the entire the semiconductor couple years ago when it's like a hot thing, and then I think Microsoft did pretty good for me too, 97%. I have some Tesla as well. I think those are the high flyers. Mostly tech names that would do these kind of returns.
We like tech.
Yeah,
we like tech. Yeah, so I hold AIQ in my RRSP.
Okay.
So AIQ is Global X's like technology and AI ETF. So instead of choosing like individual tech stocks, I just like buy the ETF. So I'm kind of just super hands off as well.
What's in AIQ? Is it Nvidia?
Yeah, Nvidia, Microsoft, and some like maybe emerging companies as well.
Cool. Very nice.
Yeah, and so when you are looking for stocks to invest in long term, what's the criteria that you look for?
It has to be a sector or an industry that I think has a lot of growth.
Yeah.
So
tech.
a lot of tech, specifically AI, semiconductors. I was in EV for a long time as well. And then since because this is where it kind of blends with trading activities I do, because I do day trade and swing trade. So I keep up with all the earnings reports.
Yeah.
So when I hear, let's say I'm trading, I hear about a stock that have really, really good growth potential, or the revenue growth year over year is like 20, 30, 40%.
Yeah,
then
that helps.
Yeah, it helps. Help me keep track.
Yeah, so I guess what you're saying is when you're day trading or swing trading, you keep up with all the news.
Yes.
And then you're kind of determining, okay, is this like a good long-term hold? Because you are just keeping up with the news anyway.
Yes.
No, yeah, that's really good.
So it really helps. But I think most investors, you don't really need to do that.
Like if you're looking at like an ETF and you really believe in tech, for example, then it's, long term would be a good play. So I know you like tech, but how do you diversify your portfolio?
I think I'm pretty diversified through the S&P 500.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because that's all the ETFs are already half of my portfolio. So I think diversification pretty good already.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think I think just having the index is already a good diversification. I think I don't, personally for me, I don't think I need to diversify that much for the individual stocks.
Right.
I own because I think there's this thing as called over diversification.
Ah.
Like you have a little bit of like too many stocks. I know some investors have like what 30, 40, 50 stocks. I don't think I
Right.
want that. I think I have around 20 individual stocks, then have the ETF.
And then ETFs, yeah.
So
there's already 500 in the S&P 500.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, not over diversification. That is interesting.
But everyone's
actually-
different though.
Yeah, definitely.
that's- yeah.
It's everyone's different. So how do you manage risk? Like I know, like don't over diversify, but what if, or like how do you manage risk to make sure that you are diversified enough? I guess.
Yeah. I guess you're asking in terms of investing, right?
Investing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for investing, I believe this is what I do. I do most of the work and most of the earnings report readings, research before I buy the stock. So once I bought it, I don't really manage my risk like I would with my day trading or swing trading.
Yeah.
So then I would just get out. Like I think I took a loss a while ago on Disney, a long-term investment, when I think the company fundamentals have changed.
Yes.
They're not as profitable. They have a lot of debts. The streaming
Yeah.
is not doing that well. Then okay, like the upside's kind of limited, and they cut the dividend at that
Yeah.
time. So it's like okay.
Oh, I
then I
think-
just get out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a really good point.
It's very different from trading. I think trading
Yeah.
we have if it goes below $100, I'm out. But
Yeah.
for investing, the way I think about it is if the fundamentals change, then I get out.
Well, tell me a bit more about because it is so different. Like there's so many differences between like long-term investing and
Yeah.
day trading, swing trading. What are some main differences? So like for anyone who's wondering, should I get into like day trading or swing trading? I mean, everyone should be long-term investing.
Yes,
So for people who are like okay, like I just started long-term investing, I feel like I can try day trading and swing trading now. Like, what do you say to those people?
I think first of all, know the true difference,
Yeah.
which is what we talked about earlier.
Just hold your horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not learn to day trade or swing trade with your life savings or the money that you want to invest. Let's say hypothetically I have $20,000, and I want to invest half of it. And then I will maybe like once you're good, you've invested, the 10,000. I wouldn't trade with the rest of the 10,000 I have. I would trade and learn trading with maybe $2,000 here. Yeah, like a small amount. Like it needs to be such a small amount of your net worth when you're starting out to
And
learn to trade. Yeah.
Definitely have an emergency fund.
Yes.
And don't quit your job.
Please don't.
I feel like there are some people who are like, I'm gonna go all in on day trading
that's the worst.
yeah, like you
worst
want to
thing you
be
can do.
able to fund your account, right?
Yes.
So like imagine you lose all your money, you're gonna have to get another job, which is a waste of time. Yeah.
Most people shouldn't day trade or swing trade. But if you do want to learn, take the time to learn it and start with like $2,000. Like don't
that's
start with like $50,000. You
Yeah.
are gonna lose all 50,000.
Yeah, especially in the beginning.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, you
right.
should expect that you might lose everything.
Yeah, that's a
Which
good.
I did when I first started.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
she has lost everything, everyone.
Yeah.
So no, that's good to hear because obviously you have like you're very knowledgeable, but it's still good to hear about like the beginnings and like how you started. Very humbling. Very humbling.
This is like 10 years ago. But then the
Yeah.
good thing is when I lost everything, I only had so little to start with.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I'm saying to start small.
Yeah.
Or just don't day trade.
Well, talking about like your long-term investing portfolio and then like your short-term and then like emergency funds, how are you allocating your money nowadays?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not really doing that much day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of know what my expenses will be every single month. So I have at least the next 6 months to a year's cash in my bank account, maybe a high interest savings account, that's it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, For everyday people, I would like recommend 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Or if you're living with your parents, maybe some students will hear this, like less. Like definitely invest that money in like, you know, stay home, live with your parents. It's a good idea. But for business owners like you would want the 1 year.
Yeah.
So that's
1 year for my business and for myself personally.
oh, so you keep it separate.
That's separate. Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better. So like a lot of your emergency fund is in a high interest savings account.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to drop a little thing that I do in the stock market with my emergency fund is I actually only keep 1 month of emergency fund in a high interest savings account, but I am going to start allocating a lot in like the money ETFs just because they are higher interest now. So the only reason why we put like 3 to 6 months in an emergency fund is because you want to be able to take it out right away. But if I have that 1 month leeway, I could just sell the like cash ETF, for example. So that's kind of like what I'm doing just to get that little bit higher of an interest, just to maximize my interest.
How much is the interest on the cash ETFs?
I think they're hovering around 3.5 to 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it is pretty good. The highest 100 savings account in Canada right now is 3.1% in PC Financial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's like no minimum balance, and everyone gets it. You don't have to direct deposit your paycheck, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So that's where I have my emergency fund now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shay, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It was a little bit chaotic to set everything up, but I can't believe we did it.
Yes, we did it.
This is a great story because I didn't have 2 mics this morning, so I was like scrambling, calling Best Buys everywhere, went to grab the mic, and then forgot to charge them. But hopefully,
it was
very chaotic,
but it's okay.
And then we're going to an event after this. Yeah. So thank you so much again. I'm sure my audience would love this conversation.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What is your biggest takeaway from my conversation with Shay? For me, I'm inspired by the way that she actually keeps track of the stocks that she day traded, then does research further to see if they're worth investing for long term. If you have any questions for Shay, leave a comment below. She will check it. If you're inspired by today's video, go ahead and click this playlist to learn the basics of investing for free. I will also leave a link to Shay's channel in the description below. See you in the next video.